We're in the small Suffolk village of Felsham, and here is the pub, the Six Bells. And opposite the Six Bells, we have the church of St Peter's. This is quite a large church by the look of it. The Lich Gate. It's open here. There's a nice gravel path going up to the church, and a wheelie bin. Well, two wheelie bins. The church is set in the middle of the village with houses all around it. But actually to the back of the church, or the side of the church, there are fields. Little door here. Big tower. Quite an extensive churchyard. A lot of more recent headstones here. (1994). Arthur died, aged 81. And these are some very old graves, overgrown now, with no individuals directly related to care for them. It's always a sad thing to see. This is another impressive stone. What have we got? Richard Hunt. (1797 or 07). Somebody obviously important. It's a nice view of the church there. Side entrance. Lovely tower. Songbirds. Even though it's raining, there's birds in the church and the grass there. There's an overall view of the church. Again here that appears to be some variation in the flint between the tower and the actual body of the church, both in colour and in style of construction. It's amazing that when you look at a distance it all looks the same, but on closer inspection it's fairly obvious where different periods have given birth to different changes in the church. It's a very old door. It's an old arch. Yard ends just here. There are houses quite close to it. This is all overgrown now. So the churchyard ends right next to this house here. A lot of overgrown, more ancient graves here. This one in particular. rather forlorn. Trees starting to grow up. Little door to the side. See the variation in the flint. Well, the church is open. So it says, come on in. So we will. Boxes of flowers there. We've got windows here. Quite impressive. I mean, they're grand. Tinted windows on both sides. Oh, that was a dog barking. Spotted me. It's got a very tall ceiling of wood. Quite high up, that is. This is a very grand place. Now this church is unusual to some. It's all in one piece without any extensions to the side. And it's quite large, very high ceiling. At the rear of the church with a stained glass window up above. And that's where they would be up to ring the bells and get the bell pulled. A bit of font here with some delightful flowers put at the bottom. And carvings in the side of the font. There would be the door to access the tower. Another door there. It's an interesting old floor. And that window is slightly tinted in different patterns, quite delicate. This is quite a vast space. It's very wide and without any extensions to the side. It's just a very big space. A bit overwhelming, really. It hasn't got the feeling of a village church. It's more like a large town church. Small door to the side and a coat of arms or something up there. All the windows are the same and with the same style of leading and the same colouring. Little ropes here on these few pews at the back. I don't know what the significance of that is. (1939, 1945). And the top, yes, the top one will be the First World War. That monument, memorial, and this memorial is to the Second. We've got carpet running down all through the center of the church. And then the pews are sitting on a raised wooden platform. We've got some of the red and black tiles here that we see in so many of these churches. From up here we can get a good indication of how large this church is and how impressive it feels. Extremely high arch at the back, with the arch of the stained glass window and the door below in it. The 3 windows there, this side, and a massive roof, a beautiful ceiling. Candle here, here. Area is unusual. It's very posh. We've got little lights here, and they're wired, they're electric. They're very sweet. I would imagine that years ago they had the same thing but with candles. And here we've got the organ. And whether this is a modern organ and the pipes are real or just for decoration, I'm not certain, because sometimes some of these organs, the pipes are just for the look of it, to look nice. I can't be certain there. Stained glass window that's similar to some we've already seen, and I think these were the ones that were made possibly in Birmingham. And the windows to the side are exactly as the ones in the rest of the church, the same style of leading and the same tint of colour. And on a nice sunny day, the light would shine through, giving a lovely glow to the church interior. We've got yet another style of tile on the floor. Ceiling in here is clad again in a slightly different style to the bulk of the church's ceiling. A grand arch. Very wide. But the church feels slightly bare because of the vastness of it. We've got some seating here at the side. I would think that they had lots of functions go on here, and Sunday school and things. They've got it's a sweet little kitchen unit to make tea and everything. And it would fold down and hide it away. So a lot of meetings go on here, I suspect. And the door is not quite so old from the inside. This again was 1939-1945 war, and an indication of the size of the area that this church attracts people to by the number of names here on this board, where some of the villages, the names are quite few. And this is the First World War, with actually even more names. Sad reflection of the people that came from this village and died in the war. So we walked down the gravel path on this cold April day with 2 wheelie bins facing us and a pub. And maybe it's just the weather and the dampness of this day, but there's a lack of warmth you feel with this church. It's still a pretty imposing building inside.